bitch, and welcome back to me talking about people I hate. In today's video, we are going to be doing, I don't know, kind of a lower quality video. If you guys didn't see my last video, I'm actually super crazy proud of it. I'm gonna start creating more videos like my last one where I dive deeper into kind of big topics or stories on people that I dislike. So I will link that video down below if you guys missed out on it, because YouTube has been suppressing pretty much every creator's videos. So before I get into this one, make sure to hit the notifications if you want to be notified when I upload, because my last video was so suppressed in the algorithm that nobody was even notified. Also, if you notice, I have all my new fan art up on the wall. If you would like to send me fan art, I will be doing monthly unboxings of your fan art, and my PO box is down below in the description. Massive thanks to Coldest Water for sponsoring this. Love you. Go check them out. They support almost every single one of my videos, so I would really appreciate it.
When you first see this, you think it's beautiful. Almost everybody loves horses.
I was sent this video maybe 100+ times. It just came out the other day. Even my friends, they were like, Raleigh, you have got to see this and react to this. Because for context, for all of the vegans that are out there who clicked on this video, hi, my name's Raleigh, I'm a vegan equestrian. And yes, that is a thing. It pisses me off when I see people who say that equestrians can't be vegan, because that is absolute trash and a horrible statement to say. Before I get into my opinions on veganism, I want to go ahead and react to this because I'm pretty sure this went viral.
When you first see this, you think it's beautiful. Almost everybody loves horses.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Could you imagine being the person that she stole this video from and is whatever, man.
I have no doubt that this person really cares about horses.
Oh my god. Her shirt is so god-awful. That vegan teacher. I'm totally fine with people educating other people on veganism and humanitarianism, environmentalism, but shoving shit like this down people's throats is what turns people off from veganism and vegetarianism.
However, riding horses is not okay.
Oh my god, the tags say not vegan, exploitation, abuse, slavery, wrong, domination, speciesism, and bullying. Oh my god, bitch. Bitch. Let me finish watching this, and I didn't even listen to what she said. We gotta back it up.
I have no doubt that this person really cares about horses.
Then why would you put bullying and domination in your hashtags? I have no doubt this person cares about horses. Bullying. You're a bully.
However, riding horses is not okay. It's not right to breed horses and then to break their spirits so that you can ride them.
Wait, what? It's not right to breed horses so that way you can ride them. Then why are we breeding horses? Horses would not, let's just be honest, people. Horses would not even be around if it wasn't for humans having a use for them. I mean, sure, there would still be wild horses, but domestic horses wouldn't even be a thing. Fucking dude, let me finish this. This is such bullshit.
No horse would ever run like that in a straight line on its own. They are trained to do that. They are given food only if they behave.
Oh my god. When they are injured, they are murdered. Oh my fucking god, bitch. Oh my god. I cannot even tell you how much money I've spent on my vet bills to make sure that my horse is in good health. I have had my horse for 8 years. I can't even tell you how much money I've spent on my horse. Every time he's injured, every time he does something stupid playing with another horse, and that's the only times he gets injured. He never gets injured when I ride him. He gets injured on his own accord, just out in pasture playing with other horses, doing stupid horse shit. And guess who's the one who foots the bill so he can go out and be a horse and play and run and have fun? Me. I spent over $10,000 in vet bills last year when Link was sick, losing weight from my move, when he was injured by another horse in pasture where he almost had a chip fracture in his front knee from playing with another horse that kicked him. I mean, bitch, are you gonna pay my vet bills? Horses 9 times out of 10 are injured on their own accord just playing with other horses. Oh my God. What else did she say? Because this is just so stupid, I can't.
No horse would ever run like that in a straight line on its own. They are trained to do that.
A horse is not gonna run in a straight line like that. Explain this. Explain wild horse behavior. Like, sure, horses are not gonna run in an exact straight line, but they still love to run. And also, this person is just letting their horse have a good time.
They are given food only if they behave.
That's not true! That is not... Bitch! You know what? If I only gave my horse food when he behaved, he would be dead like 8 years ago. You know, he was a rescue. He didn't have parents. He grew up with very little contact with humans. There were times that my horse bit me and I would be injured, and I used to go home and cry into my pillow and be like, what am I doing wrong? Next day, I'd wake up, I'd go out, and I'd be like, let's try to figure this out. Let's try to work through it. Let's try to communicate, whatever. Do you think that I deprived my animal of food because we just had a mutual misunderstanding? If every single horse in a domestic situation was deprived food when they didn't behave, there would be no domesticated horses. Because there's not a single horse out there that has been domesticated, that has people that ride it or work with it or whatever, that behaves properly 24/7. Riders don't expect that their horses that they spend years developing bonds with, they don't expect their horses to behave 100%. That's unrealistic. In fact, most of the time, horses usually only give like 70 to 80% each time you ride them, and that's a totally acceptable percentage.
Horses buck, horses rear, horses bolt, and that's just something that they can do. And I say it pretty much every week. Rather than say, how can I make sure that the horse doesn't do it, how about the question, how can you be the rider that can handle what the horse does? And how about you have the trust and the self-confidence and the self-belief that you can handle whatever the horse gives you.
They are given food only if they behave.
The fact that she's actually out here spewing all of this bullshit is just beyond me. The guy riding the horse in the video is not even doing anything wrong. He's literally just riding his horse. You're attacking people for no reason. Somebody who genuinely loves and cares about their horse, and that horse, I guarantee you, has a good life. I'm vegan. I do not believe in exploiting animals. Hello, literally have an entire equine activist and animal activist clothing line. Are there certain aspects in riding that should not be a thing? Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's why my channel is a thing. That's why people watch me, because I speak out on things that are wrong in the equine industry. And I think that that's needed. I think that it's necessary. I care about horses that are not even my horses. I care about horses that I've never even fucking seen. There's so many vegans out here who behave this way, who act like all that we're doing is exploiting animals. No. The majority of people who ride horses don't even compete. Do you know how much money it costs to keep a 1,200-pound animal alive? Are you gonna pay for them? No, you're not. And it's unrealistic to assume that every single person out there is just gonna keep a 1,200-pound animal for no benefit to themselves. Now, sure, there are irresponsible equestrians out there, and I get that, and nobody else agrees with them as well, which is the whole point of my channel. But to say that every single equestrian should just sit back and not ride horses is so unbelievably unrealistic. It would be so unfair to any horse to just leave them locked up all day or even in a pasture. That's unfair, and it's not okay to just let an animal wither away. Fucking pisses me off. I can't even, like, I'm so sorry. I know that I'm frazzled right now, but it is so hard for me to put together words for somebody who has such a low IQ level. It's so difficult to even talk to people like this because it's like talking to a brick wall.
A book by Ren Hurst is something that I would recommend that you read, or go to her YouTube channel. She understands horses. She used to ride them, and she never will again.
First of of all, okay, let's go check out Ren Hurst, okay, bitch? We're gonna go check out Ren Hurst. Oh my god, let's go find her on YouTube. I'm sweating. I'm so aggravated right now. I'm literally sweating. Oh my god, I'm literally gonna I'm supposed to believe a bitch.
Today, I've decided to try to handle the topic of the science of the harm of riding. So it's getting a lot of requests. The science, even though it was really important in my own personal journey for a really well-rounded understanding of why I wanted to stop.
Right off the bat, she just admitted to wanting to find a reason to stop riding horses.
Why I wanted to stop.
Oftentimes, as psychology will explain to you, people who are looking for an answer psychologically find themselves picking and choosing at things that they want to fit their narrative. When you're looking for a reason to stop riding horses, sure, you'll be able to go on any sort of forum online where people are just giving you absolute bullshit, and you'll find things that fit your narrative to make you stop doing that one thing. I could sit here as a vegan, wanting to be an omnivore again, could go on Google and find a billion nutrition articles that tell me why I should be an omnivore and not vegan, because that would fit my narrative. Secondly, I don't believe what she's saying because she immediately plugs her book in the very beginning,
Which is written about specifically in my book.
So this could just be a ploy for her to try and get book sales through controversy.
What is a big deal to me is using someone for my own personal needs and desires and wants. And exploitation, which is what makes horseback riding not vegan, not necessarily the physical harm, that's a given.
Riding horses is only exploitive if a person is getting some sort of financial gain or something out of it. There's nothing exploitive out of building a relationship with an animal and not causing them any harm with properly fitted tack and equipment. Because as science has explained to us, if you have proper IQ, not IQ, oh my god, I'm talking about stupid people here. If you have proper EQ, properly fitted tack, and you also have a horse that you take good care of, that has good diet, nutrition, and is up to date on all veterinary work, you're not gonna injure that horse. In fact, that horse is probably gonna be in better shape because it's being ridden, it's being exercised, it's being mentally stimulated, it's being given something to do versus just wither away in a pasture or stall or paddock. Why don't you get rid of your horses? Why don't you let your horses go run free? Because I could make the argument that you're exploiting your horses and you're not giving them a good life by putting them in a pasture where they're locked up and they can't go run and be free.
What is a big deal to me is using someone for my own personal needs and desires and wants.
Keeping a horse in a pasture locked up is the exact same level of personal gain or personal wants as riding a horse for your own personal reasons. The only option is to return all horses to the wild, which is just ridiculously stupid.
I mean, you're putting a substantial amount of weight on an elongated spine. You don't need to be a scientific expert to understand that there's going to be harm caused from that.
Oh my god, but bitch, you do, actually, because we've talked about how if you are the proper size and have proper tack, you're not gonna hurt the horse. And there's science to explain this, okay?
Walk around on all fours and put somebody that's at least 10% or more of your weight on your back and see how it feels after a little while, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Wow, okay, so she literally is just talking out of her ass. I don't even want to watch this chick because this is embarrassing. I mean, were you a vet? Were you doing college reviewed studies? I mean, were you any of these things? No, you weren't, because if you were, you would have said that right off the bat, okay? And any veterinarian who does any work or studies or anything into equine sciences knows that horses that are properly cared for and ridden correctly are not injured at all and don't have any back problems. But sure, would I agree with you that if a person does not fit those three things of proper EQ, health, and tack, yes, that horse is probably going to be hurt, which is the whole purpose of my channel on speaking out about treating horses the right way if you want to ride them and be a responsible equestrian.
But just as a holistic horse care professional, trying to find how we were harming horses and what worked and what didn't work.
A holistic horse care professional. Did you just pull that out of the trash can or what?
I'm a little aversive to scientific research in general because this path of truth has led me down some pretty scary roads where I'm finding that funding specific research can turn into a lot of science that isn't true.
Oh my God! Science that isn't true. I'm not even gonna listen to what you have to say anymore because you're literally just finding shit to fit your narrative. This is my problem with vegans. You guys find shit to fit your narrative of what you wanna hear or see. She's literally saying that she's not going to fund legitimate scientific research because she doesn't wanna know the outcome. If you truly were interested in knowing more about horses or equine sciences or anatomy, you would be willing to accept research that fits or doesn't fit your narrative. You are not ever going to get through to somebody like this. Somebody like this, which to be honest is a only small percentage of vegans because I know so many vegans who are very reasonable, rational people, but someone like this you will never get through to because they are only trying to find stuff to fit their own personal narrative. And I would be willing to bet that any horse that is owned by somebody who rides them and who actually takes proper care of them, like what I do with mine, is in much better shape and has a longer life expectancy than her horses that are just sitting out in a pasture. And I would be willing to bet that. Because somebody who's actually willing to listen to science and legitimate vet peer-reviewed studies is less likely, because they are properly educated, to abuse or mishandle their animals. Somebody like this is way more likely to treat their animals in an improper way or not give them quality vet care or treatment just for lack of knowledge. This is just so, oh my God, my head hurts. My head hurts. I'm gonna go on Amazon and buy her book though, by the way. Another page that spews absolute bullshit is Save the Movement on Instagram. They've made several fucked up posts about horse riding that's totally inaccurate. I'm so sick of vegans, as a vegan equestrian, just spewing all this false narrative crap about horseback riding. I just want to say to end this video that my stance on veganism is as such. I listen to logical evidence and scientific evidence for things that I choose to believe in. If there is nothing scientific to back a claim, then 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to believe in it. I'm not going to follow it. I'm not going to think that it's fact. I'm so sick of vegans like this because as a vegan equestrian, I advocate for the better treatment of horses and have been the entire time I've had my channel. And that's what people need to be advocating for. People do not need to be advocating for the destruction of an entire industry, because if you do that, then there will be horses that are sent to slaughter and dumped on the sides of roads. And let me just be quite frank, not that I consider this to be exploitive. However, by their own narrative of riding a horse is exploitation because you're keeping an animal and using an animal for your own personal gain, that's the exact same equivalent of keeping a horse in a pasture or paddock, which all these vegans are doing who advocate for not riding horses. That's equally as exploitive because you're keeping an animal in a situation that you want them to be in without releasing them back to the wild, which makes absolutely no sense, and it's the most hypocritical thing I've ever heard in my life. Most riders do not force their horses to do things that they don't want to do. Most riders, in fact, don't even ride horses on days where their horse is having a bad day. Bottom line, you can't change stupidity. Vegans need to stop advocating for people to go vegan because it's actually turning more people off through any sort of psychology study you listen to or read. Trying to force people to do something actually drives them in the exact opposite direction, and it totally abolishes the entire overall meaning of being vegan. The best way to get people to go vegan is by saying, hey, listen, if you're having a problem ditching dairy or ditching bacon or something like that, then just cut out all the other animal products and you can still have those two things until maybe you're no longer craving them. If you want people to gradually make a change towards bettering the treatment of their horses, then maybe you need to be advocating for the better treatment, welfare, and care of horses versus just the demise of an entire industry that you're scientifically wrong about the treatment of. You can be vegan and you can be equestrian. You can be vegan and you can gradually transition over to eating fully vegan. Or you can just be vegan for one meal a day and you're still making a big impact on the world and the environment. And I want people to know that, because otherwise, if you have crazy vegans like this, you guys are actually hurting the planet by turning more people away by your stupid fucking rhetoric. I'm sorry, vegans like this just really annoy me and I can't deal with it. However, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you again to Coldest Water for sponsoring this video. I will see you guys in my next video.